All right, gonna point out a few things here that are slowing down y'all's Facebook ad results, and I can give you all the fixes for $7. All right, so first some proof. Some ads I've fixed up before in the metrics improvements. So we care about this metric, unique CTR all. This is basically how many people did not scroll by our ad, aka how many people clicked somewhere on our ad. And when people click, we know our ad has entered their brain. And that's the only possible way we can get people to buy from us. So we can see initially, 4.3%, so about 4 out of 100 people were clicking on the ad, had some mistakes. I fixed those mistakes in the scaled CTR 1.6x. So getting, 6.88%, about 7 out of 100 people actually click on the ad and are at it to enter their brain. So scaled CTR 1.6x. Second ad down below, unique CTR was, basically 1.5 people out of 100 are at was entering their brain. Had some mistakes. I fixed those mistakes. Scaled CTR 6.5x. That one was insanely good. So now our ads entering way more people's brains, much higher probability of purchases. And then the bottom, we got 5 out of 100 people were clicking somewhere on our ad. Had some mistakes. I fixed those mistakes and I scaled CTR 3x. So same ad spend, but our ad is entering 3 times the number of people's brains. Last page of wins here, middle column unique CTR, all that same metric. Looks like my average here is like, 12% or something. And whenever anyone checks their metric versus mine is almost always higher. All right, and I get these numbers by fixing these mistakes in Facebook ads. So let's look at this. Got the below creative cluster mistake here. We got too much stuff below the creative. The false belief that caused us to make this mistake is A, we did not even know the below creative cluster was a mistake to be making. But B, Facebook told us to fill all these things out, so we did it. But in fact, this causes more people to scroll by our ads, which means we earn less money per unit time, but Facebook earns more money per unit time because they can serve more ads per unit time. The more times people scroll by our ad faster. So we do not want to follow what Facebook recommends. Your creatives, so we got the after. Yeah, I looked at them already. Your pictures. So we got after. This is the third best creative. So basically we got the after story mistake, or the partial story mistake is the other name. The false belief that caused us to make this mistake is A, that we didn't even know we we're making something called the partial story mistake. But then in B, we believed, the after shots are the #1 best way to get buyers to buy in social media ads. And that is 100% incorrect. After is part of it, but we're missing some other parts of it. Consequence of this, more people are going to be scrolling by our ad than necessary. And every time that happens, we're wasting money delivering our ad to those people. Third, we got the see more headline up here. First 2 3/4 lines, Facebook newsfeed and mobile. And we're only using like half of one line instead of the full 2 3/4. So this is the lack of context mistake. The false belief that caused us to make this mistake is A, we didn't even know we were making a mistake, but B, we believe, this context we provided here is enough to get people to come in and buy from us on social media, or it's the #1. We falsely believe it's the #1 way to get people to come in and buy from us from social media newsfeed ads, and that is 100% incorrect. So we are, this causes way more people to scroll by our ad than necessary. So I can give you guys the fixes to these if you want them for $7.